My brain. I need coffee. 1 second. Thanks, chat. The Axum. I totally, my brain's enough. All got nerfs. The new Axeman retro design is live on the store, nogutsnogalaxy.net. Use retro15 to get 15% off all orders store-wide. Enjoy. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to another patch notes review for August of 2024. Let's go ahead and dive in here. First up, we've got this month's update includes the new legendary battle mechs, the champion Apache, and the Phoenix Hawk Spectre, a new weapon adjustment, mech quirk adjustments, and much more. Last month, we launched the MW Comp Championship Series Tournament Supporter Pack, which, by the way, Tournament Supporter Pack is absolutely fantastic. This is actually something that a lot of people don't know. There's new variants here. Not only can you buy these individually, and this is the Atlas, the Zeus, and the Cicada. I've covered the Cicada and the Atlas so far, the Zeus, but anyways, these are actually different variants. They are not like the previous ones. If you scroll down, you can buy these individually. All this money, by the way, goes towards supporting the tournament. When you buy this, and even if you just buy the $10 one at the very bottom, all this money supports the tournament. I already went and purchased this personally, $40. So, and again, the price pulls up to 27, almost $30,000. So if you didn't know about that, make sure to head over there and grab the TSP for 2024 and know that you're actually helping support the World, Championship this year. So yeah, go ahead and check those out. They're actually pretty cool. Okay, let's get back at it. And if you want more information, this is all on their website for MWO Comp for 2024. Get involved. It's really fun. You don't have to win to get a bunch of rewards, by the way. Teams just competing in it get a bunch of stuff. So even if you drop once or twice or whatever, it's quite fun. And I would highly recommend joining the comp and getting involved and checking that out. So a 2-week patch science sale will be going live on the patch, including all the equipment, weapons, and applicable battle mechs. So have fun and get your science on. Updates subject to further balance and normal blah 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 blah. All right, let's talk about the thing that you came here for, which is the new legendary battle mechs. We have two this time. We have the champion Apache and the Phoenix Spectre. Packs will sell for $15 on the website. Basically, this is this is a legendary, so you have to use the website. Here's the quirks for the Apache as far as CT armor, ballistic velocity, rack rate of fire, and again, this is a big one. Jam ramp down time, rack range, and fall damage. Why fall damage? Interesting. Okay, so these are not lambs. They may look like lambs, but they're not lambs. Okay, these are falling with style. They have a new piece of equipment called partial heavy wing. Now, you can't remove the partial heavy wing from these, so they do take up tonnage, but they both do have ECM. There is a demonstration, and I'll showcase that later on during the patch. But yeah, they pretty much hover with style, if you will. It's a very long jump jet. Let's just put it that way. You don't go vertically as high, but it's gonna be interesting. And again, the Phoenix Hawk. So it replaces basically its partial wing and jump jets all at the same time. You cannot remove it, but again, we don't quite have lambs here, but it sure as heck looks like lambs, right? This is probably as close to lambs as we'll ever get. The quirks, by the way, on these mechs are actually quite aggressive. If you look at the large pulse heat gen machine gun range, it's gonna be like an arrow, BJ arrow, but in the sky and with ECM. And again, you notice ECM in the right torso. These are running XL engines. I suspect that's going to be quite normal. With talking to Magic and about this, he feels like they're going to be really useful. And this is a good example of a map where you'll be able to rise up and just hover right above engage and maybe drop back down. And again, because you do have ECM, you might be able to use cover and concealment a little bit better. in those elevated positions to where, you know, you won't naturally just be exposed. Now, my personal opinions about this are I like new stuff. I think it's always really cool. I did not see this one coming. Apparently it had been talked about, and of course Magic Pain Glove had the Phoenix Hawk. I think he pushed for that hard, so congrats Magic on that one. As far as the overall new partial wing and what it does, I am not convinced that it's going to be very useful, but I'll have to just sort of play and see. The reason I say that is, again, you're not moving as quick as you know, quickly in the sky. Anything in the open, which is the sky, I think will tend to get shot at. But anyways, we don't know. I don't know. I'll have to reserve, you know, judgment on it. But I think it's a really fun idea. I think it's definitely different. These are going to be like no other mechs in the game, and I think that's a good thing. So overall, I like the concept, and it'll be interesting to see sort of where it goes from. As far as aesthetically, I actually like the Phoenix Hawk with the wings. That doesn't bother me. The J-Bean is just so wide, and now look at how wide. If this stops you from walking through areas, though, I think that's going to be a problem. I mean, this thing already has a problem with walking in Solaris City through some of those areas. This would just make it even wider. Look at this wide boy. I mean, granted, it is a warthog on legs, but holy moly, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't impact walking through areas. You're going to get stuck. It's going to be interesting. I will say this. A mech like this on a map like Solaris City, elevated positions with ECM and stuff might be, like I said, might be a little bit annoying dealing with, especially with some of those rack quirks. But yeah, I digress. I'll have to give my feedback on them. I like the idea. I don't know how useful it'll be. Also, you get tagged in the sky and lerms are going to be braining down on you. That'll be interesting seeing how that works. All right, let's move on to the weapon balance. AC-10's got a reduction of heat, 0.5. I like this. I like AC-10s. It's just a weapon system you don't see very often because of there's just a little bit better things around it. I mean, UAC 5s around, UAC 10s. So any buff to the 10, I'm okay with. I mean, you know, so yeah, I like that. But that in a nutshell is the only weapon adjustments. Let's talk about quirks. Commando's getting a lot of love here. This is a huge amount of changes. Increased energy cooldown, -40 from 25, so straight buff there. Increased missile ammo bonus to 100% instead of 50, straight buff. Added missiles, negative missile spread. The Commando 2D just got a huge amount of buff. Now this is the one with the ECM for those that are unaware. It can also run 3 SRM2s or 3 SRM4s. And now it's going to get spread. This thing's going to be a pinpoint monster. Like, that's scary. So yeah, dual heavy Goss that thing in the face. Commando 3A, increase cooldown -25. Again, it's pretty substantial. Velocity 50% from 15. Stock seismic sensor range plus 200. These things I like because it doesn't add necessarily the power creep. That's a big one right there. And again, SRM ammo bonus 50 to 100%. So no decreases here, by the way. This is all buffs. There's no, if it already has quirks, which it does, now it's got even more. 1B, increased targeting info gathering speed. For those that are wondering what that is, that's your paper doll, how quickly you get that paper doll. So that's a substantial increase. Increased weapon velocity from 20 to 30. And again, now the 1D, the first time we've seen negatives, removal of energy cooldown and missile cooldown, but it's then replaced with just straight up, instead of energy or missile or ballistic, just straight up 20% and then 30% laser duration. So that's a big change to that mech. And of course, more ammo per ton. A lot of these mechs ammo per ton. I figure that allows you to dump more into heat, capabilities and or bigger engine as well. Now, I wonder about this one, the DO3. For those that don't know, the DO3 has head laser, CT lasers, and it doesn't need its arms, legs, or torsos, left or right torsos, and it's getting a heat buff. This one's questionable. Ah, man, I already hate the commandos so much. All right, let's talk about the death knell. Cool shot, cooldown, -40 from 25. So basically, it can hit cool shot and target info gathering speed as well added there. So not too crazy. There didn't add anything. Death knell is one of those things where it can be very, very tanky in the right hands and used by the right pilot. All right, let's talk about the adder. The warthog, recently introduced, is getting a nerf to its armor bonus set of 8s. Okay, it's also getting increased machine gun range set of 8 from 15 to 25, and added -25 weapon spread to set of 8. Now, why is this, and what are my thoughts on it? I do believe the adder was too tanky. The normal setup that you see is not the machine gun setup. It's actually the AP Gauss, which basically makes it, you know, pinpoint, what, 16, 14, however many dang AP Gauss it has. It can be a little ridiculous. I'm going to let you in a little secret. If you see one of these, just drill it in the CT. Drill it in the CT. That's its weakness. You know, so just keep that in mind. The machine gun range increase, I'm actually okay with. And what is the spread for? It's actually for machine guns. Machine guns have a natural spread. You can definitely see it at range. Naveed, thank you again for posting. There's this little clip he posted of machine gun spread. If you just fire it like the CT, you're hitting the left and right torso. So that's what it's for. So this is actually pushing you to use machine guns instead of AP Gauss. Do I think people will switch setups? No. I think you might see some people use machine guns who are already going to use it. Why is that? It's because AP Gauss, being a PPFLD weapon, you can just deliver X amount of damage to said location. It's really effective against lights. I mean, it's scary against lights, let alone other bigger targets. You come up behind someone and you're able to just dump that damage right into the back every 1-2 seconds. So anyways, quite a monster. So adder nerfs and buffs here. I still think it'll be powerful. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot here, but I do think it needed that set of 8 removed. If you're, yeah, in my opinion. All right, moving on to the Rhino here. Some pretty big changes here. Sensor range bonus set to 250 meters for all variants. Now, why is this important? Why do I bring this up? Your sensor range on top of like BAP or so forth is actually what helps sort of cancel ECM, or at least be able to get locked on at ECM. It used to be you had to be within 200 meters. Well, as soon as you start adding base sensor range, so base sensor range is 800, so this is now pushing it to 1050. It starts getting a little bit wonky when you're going up against mechs with ECM, because now you can lock on to them. Which is a good thing. I mean, it's a straight counter towards that and allows you. So anyways, that's a good thing. So all variants get that. The 3L UAV range bonus, 30%. I love seeing this. This is one of those things I've said before, just very unique. So UAV range bonus, that's actually really cool. Added 50% target info gathering speed. So basically this means is you know where to aim. Can't stress this enough. If you're not hitting R, you're doing it wrong. The Raven 2X increased laser duration bonus from 10% to 20. 100% increase. Nice. Increased medium laser family range from 10 to 20. Again, a very large increase. I know my buddy Meta runs the 2X and 4X quite a bit, and these things got a lot of buffs. So he was always putting out a lot of damage beforehand, let alone now. I think he's going to be doing even more. 4X, removed the energy cooldown and then just basically gave it just straight cooldown. It's getting from 5 energy to now get basically it's rolled into the just base cooldown of 20, increased laser duration from 20 to 30, and heat from 5 to 10. I mean, this is straight. Ravens all got buffed here. Raven, the Hugin, increased jump jet initial thrust to 100 from 40. This is great. Look, man, I understand the hesitancy of the Cauldron to give all mechs the same jump capability of like the Highlander or so forth. But man, when you play these mechs, it feels so good of like, oh, that's what jump jets are supposed to be. And so I'm okay with it being on a per mech basis. But man, mechs that actually have jump jet thrust is so nice. All right, let's talk about the Stone Rhino here before we wrap up. The SR126 Coloss and the other legendary that I'm totally blanking on right now. Not the class, the other one, you know, the one with all the ballistics. My brain, I need coffee, 1 second. Thanks, chat. The Axum. Totally, my brain's enough. All got nerfs. Reduced torso armor, left arm, right arm, CT across the board, basic reduction from 20 to 13. And then reduced leg and right. So look, this is basically a nerf to most of the stone rhinos. It's interesting because I didn't feel like the stone rhinos were OP. I'm thinking this is merely from a comp feedback of really good players of saying like, hey, like we know the Axum it's disgusting. We know the Colossus can be disgusting. I don't know. I run in a brawl setup. I know Magic was running in sort of sniper setup, Hags, you know, ER large and a backup of SRMs. It's really good, but the negatives of it, it's wider than a barn and it's big and chunky and she's got some thighs to her. I mean, but I didn't expect this. Will it change my mind of being able to use said mechs? No, but it definitely is going to impact the survivability. So I already thought the Stone Rhino was pretty squish. I never thought in my head Stone Rhino tanky, like Atlas tanky. Stone Rhino, not so much. I always figured it was a glass cannon, but yeah. So we'll sort of see. I think did it go too far? Maybe. Will it even be noticeable? I think so. But yeah, sort of a question mark there for me. I didn't like it's narrowed out of all the mechs. You know, like all these are pretty much buffs, and that one just gets nerfed. So interesting. Again, looking at this patch, pretty light. This is a light patch, probably one of the lightest, if you will. I'm excited to see new mechs, new tech. That's always really dope. Again, I'm sort of hesitant to give my full opinion. I don't think this will be that useful. I think they're definitely unique. So there's that for the legendaries, and that's sort of the idea of them. They weren't just supposed to be power creeped, you know, mechs. It's good to see a medium and heavy. I do know if you're wondering about lights, Teos did mention some loyalty lights in the near future, I do believe. So we have that. I think the problem for those that don't know is lights and mediums as far as legendaries or mech packs in general have never historically sold really well. Albeit if you'd have to do something like completely OP, and I don't know if that's what they want to go. So that's why we've had so many assaults, legendaries, and heavies. But anyway, so this is your August patch. Yeah, I just want to say thanks again for watching. If you found this useful, click the like button. Leave a comment down below. Are you going to purchase the new legendary mechs? Is it something that you're interested in? Have you been thinking about? Have you used this even in BattleTech or tabletop? This is something that's sort of new to me. Yeah, like I said, I'll give it a fair try. I like ECMX, so that's not a problem. But yeah, there's that. So let me know down in the comments down below if you're going to be picking these up. And of course, I do stream Monday through Friday. New schedule, by the way, it is 10 a.m. Eastern through 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we've got some life-changing stuff going on, and so I've got to adjust my schedule for my family. So for those that are unaware, this is the new schedule moving forward. And just want to say a quick shout out to all the night crew. I do appreciate the support for the past few years we've had going. But yeah, that's going to be it from this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Until next time.
You know what? This is the new challenge. Tim tries to explain Vite Kitchens quickly while being assaulted by onions. Go! Vite Kitchens is an ARG style way of learning how to be good in the kitchen and how to learn to have fun with knives. We'll be sending you a kit of stuff, including knives, a QR cutting board that will be your access to the world at large. God, this hurts.
For more information, head over to the backer kit link down below in the description.